Welcome to our January call. You guys, it's 2021. Hey,
We made it.
we're done with 2020, which is kind of a reason to celebrate in and of itself. But anyway, I excited to start off this year and continue a lot of the momentum that we had from last year. Just a wonderful time for our business, even though it's been a crazy time for our country, and so many people are paying more attention to their health. So that's a good thing, even if it did take something like this to get them thinking about it. So the first couple things that I wanted to talk about are just announcements. And one is that, the first upcoming thing that we have is the Winter Summit that takes place this Saturday, the 9th. And it looks like it's going to be a free event. They haven't made any sort of announcement about paying for it, and we're not going to have the details of how to connect to it until Thursday in Insights. And I mean, that's the NMDs included. We haven't been able to get that. And I'm still investigating because I'd love to have it streaming on a Facebook page where we could all be in a watch party and we're seeing it together and we can be commenting to each other. And we're still working on that. I was experimenting today with taking a Vimeo video and then making a watch party, because supposedly if you post a video, you can create a watch party with it. Well, I think there must be certain protections on certain videos, like if it's your Vimeo video. So I'm checking all that out, still working on it, and we'll keep you posted closer to the time on how that works. But regardless, what is happening this Saturday, I'm going to share my screen just so that it's on our recording. And any of you that have not seen it yet, there's actually two segments. This is the first segment. And this is the segment that is just for distributors, and it says 11 a.m. Central, so that's 9 o'clock our time. I believe it'll go to about 10:45, between 10:45 and 11. We're going to have a full hour break before the second session starts, which is open to all of our guests. And I don't know if I switch this page, if it's going to let you see it or not. I'm going to switch that in a second. But the first part for us, it will be going over everything that's involved with all things digital, all the bundles, where we're at with all that stuff. There'll be updates on everything that you'd want to know to be in the loop. And then the second part, and let me see if I switch to it. Can you guys see? No, yeah, that's showing. Okay, here we go. This is session 2 that's open to guests. And I'm really excited about.
So what time do we invite guests?
You can invite guests. And this is from noon to 2. It's from, I'm going to say noon, but it'll be somewhere between 11:45 and noon. I would say noon.
Okay.
And so this will be a good segment too, that really just talks about who we are, what we're up to, and different stories from people. One of the people on there, Latasha Oliver, is on my team under Beverly Grandison, and has a phenomenal story. And so I think that's what they're going to be doing, is sharing their stories and just helping people have a vision for what would be possible if they decided to join us in this mission. So this is a phenomenal opportunity for us to build for. These are going to be recorded, so they may be available a little after the fact. So if you invite somebody and they can't get on Saturday, there will be an opportunity for you to share it with them after. I always like to create the urgency for the actual event, because if you make it whenever you can, they don't always get around to it. So I'd love for us to get as many people as possible to come, especially team members that haven't been engaged for a while. I think this would be such a great refresher on what we've got going on and how much excitement there is. Okay, and while we're talking about things on the calendar, next week starts our January shred. And so we can still be building for inviting people to come to that, even if they don't have complete and the capsules. If they have complete or the capsules, it'd be fun to invite them to participate with us and just see what we do. We'll be doing that again on the team page this month, although we are talking about going back to an event page because we don't get as much engagement since we've been doing it on the team page. And I'm not sure, that's probably has something to do with Facebook algorithms, but that's just been the reality since we've started that. Okay, and then Ashley and I talked today about two things, but before I mention the specific events, just having a calendar that I could post once a month on both our Facebook page and the Voxer chat that just shows you all the events, because there's so many things that we can plug into all the time. You know, Liz, I know you've been really good about creating events, you know, personal events for yourself, but when you don't, you know, you don't have 5 or 6 people that you can pull together, but you've got somebody that you want to talk to either about the product or the business. These are events that go on all the time. And so every Tuesday night at 7, every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Pacific time. So that's 8 p.m. your time on Tuesday nights, and on 10 and at 10 a.m. on Saturdays. That it's a 15 to 30-minute presentation that gives them an introduction to the products, our company, the business, in a very brief format. And some of the calls go a little longer, like there's one that has a yoga theme, and they do yoga after they've done the presentation, just shows some basic moves. So there's a good variety. And I'll try and put on the calendar that I create what the theme is going to be for each of those. We have a men's call that happens once a month. We have a grandma's call that happens once a month. We have a mom's call. So there's a lot of variety on what they're going to hear. And okay, Kirsten's joining us. Okay, so hi, Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten.
So
hi, Kirsten.
I'm going to start posting the full month so everybody knows what we have. And one of the things that that Ashley and I talked about adding to that calendar on events that you can count on and be building for is a themed event once a month. Like in February, when we're doing, when everybody's doing Valentine's Day, we're going to have an event for heart health. And in March, we're going to be, you know, with St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be talking about the power of green. In April, we're going to be talking about Grow For It and talk about the Tower Gardens. So we'll have a themed event, and we decided that it would be most helpful if we set a specific time. And what we're thinking of is the 3rd Thursday. That would be memorable. We can remember. And it would be, Ashley was thinking about you, Liz, when we talked about the time at 8 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Utah time, to do an event in the evening once a month. So I'd like to get some feedback on that time. I know, Kirsten, you start work super early in the morning, and Pam, I don't know how you feel about 8 p.m. versus 7 or something that we've done in the past, but we wanted to give that a try. And what do you guys think?
How come it's late? What's the reason why it's so late?
So anybody that's got moms with littles, getting them to bed by that time, it's pretty hard to do it earlier than that. And if we do, if we do it earlier, so that's just been an issue, and just trying to cater to the people that we actually have on the team that are adding customers and working at it.
Yeah, definitely. I knew there was a reason.
Yeah. Just that's been the time that Liz has been most successful at getting people on. And so anyway, Kirsten, how would that work for you? Is 8 p.m. like past your bedtime?
Yeah, it is. I've kind of tried to make it a goal like this month at least to try and get my sleep schedule under control because of my stress from that. But I potentially could just, plan on staying up later that one Thursday.
You
So
work Friday?
yeah,
Okay.
We could also,
yeah, I get up at 2:30, but it's fine.
Oh my goodness. You get up at 2:30 in the morning.
I don't know if it's helpful. I mean, for a while, we can also, we could try like, what would it be? So, half an hour earlier than that. So it's a little earlier. I could see, we could just play with it. I don't know. But so that would be 7:30 as opposed to 8.
Yeah,
That's
I'm open to whatever works for you guys. So,
I mean, I don't just cater to mine. I want everyone to feel like maybe, if we try to go and see what happens.
Well, I think like Lenora and I were saying, maybe what we could do is we could try one time and then the next month we could try a different time and we could just kind of see the feel of it, what was more
Yeah.
successful.
We could swap. We could do like, 8
Yeah.
one time or 7, 7 o'clock one time, 8 o'clock one time.
yeah.
or something.
So another thing about that is why we were thinking third Thursday is that would still give us time if we talk about the shred on each of the calls, to have people join us. It's a great way to finish out the month. It gives us some time at the beginning of the month to build for the call. And it doesn't have to be the only event, but Liz, you'll come to the point where you don't have a whole group of people always to draw on for a call. So having some events that you can invite 1 or 2 people, and it's super helpful.
Yes, I'm running out of people.
Yeah, to do that. So, okay, perfect. Well, we'll start it at 8 and see how that goes. And then if we run into trouble, Pam, I'm going to be mindful of how that works for you. I don't think there are a lot of people that work Kirsten's hours, but I want this to be beneficial to you too.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good. It's easier for me than the moms with littles for sure. So
Yeah.
I agree, whatever.
Okay.
Works
So
best.
I'm going to start posting a calendar that just has the dates on it that everybody can look at and say, okay, these are all the things that before I think about adding anything else to the schedule, these are things that I have that I can build for. And you'll get oh, yes. Speaking of events coming up, the other thing that I wanted to tell you on our heat team call that we have, on our heat team call that has been the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of the month at 6:30, and that's with our entire organization. So Liz, if you're not familiar with who the heat is, that is my group that's below me, but also all the support that is above us. And so that starts with Chris and Nikki Cotton and the Rudolphs and their other NMDs. Both of those have other NMDs. And so we get together with that entire group to invite some really wonderful speakers. And our speaker on the 12th, which is next Tuesday, is Paulo Teixeira, who is our CEO. And I'm so excited that he's just a salt of the earth man, and absolutely love his heart. And so I just encourage you, if you want to get a flavor for the heart of our company, to get on that call. It will be recorded if you absolutely can't make it, but would love to have as many people as possible show up for Paulo's visit with us. Now, I just want to say that next month we're shifting. One of the difficulties in having, because for a very long time we've had the smaller groups, the NMD teams meet on the first Tuesday, and then 2nd and 4th Tuesdays were the entire heat organization. And we asked this last month if we could change that to the 2nd Tuesday of the month being our call night, because when people are going for the upper promotions, like from QSSC and on, there's a delay in when we get notification that the committee has approved their promotion. So even though we know that they've met the requirements, we can never celebrate it because it's not official. So we figured if we wait until that second week, then it will happen. So the heat team calls will now be the first and third Tuesdays of the month. And the first of the month is a general call that features a well-known speaker within our company. The third call is really built for people who are treating this as a business and that are want to learn all the skills to make this really go. And so that's a leadership call, and anybody is welcome to it. It's really geared for sales coordinators and above, but everybody is welcome to it. But it's much more about moving your business forward. Any questions about any of that?
Is there,
Just-
can you, is there anywhere, or can you do a quick message to us that breaks that down? Like, you know,
Okay. I'm going to actually create a physical calendar that is a picture that all of these things will be on, instead of me just giving you a list that you can't find, because it'll be a pinned post on our Facebook page.
Yeah, that would be super helpful, because
Yeah.
otherwise my head starts spinning with all that. But if I can see like a visual calendar, like month by month, and be like, okay, then I can kind of go to my regular calendar and see, okay, what of these events can I get onto this month?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and we've had one that was embedded on the Heat Team Facebook page, but you have to click on it. And my attitude is I'm going to just take a picture of it and post it, because if you have to click on it, it doesn't happen. People don't find it, right? Okay. Was that it on the events? Ashley, can you think of anything?
Sorry, I have a little fussy girl here. My
No.
question is, are we gonna start January doing New Year, New You? Or are we just gonna start February for our monthly calls? Do we want to do the
Okay,
January
so-
21st?
The 21st of this month is, let's see. I'm looking at, okay, so that's 2 weeks from Thursday. So we're absolutely willing to do that, and kind of New Year, New You, we can do an event that is basically a product, and we softly introduce the business, but we can do an event like that. If you guys would like to push for something in January, how does everybody feel about that? Would we like to do an event in January?
Are you talking about for just our team meeting? No.
No,
Oh,
this
see.
is like an event that we've done for you, except it would be for the bigger team, and we'll have a theme to it each month.
I've got an event that night on the 21st, my juice and jugs night. So I can't.
Okay.
Unless it's earlier than I can, because I'm not doing that till about 8, which is, I guess that's 7 p.m. your time. So
Yeah. Okay. Ashley is off the visual for a second, but yeah, we had talked about possibly doing it New Year, New You in January, but that third Thursday wouldn't work for Liz, Ashley, or should I call you Caitlin?
I know, I have to figure out how to get off my husband's assistance.
You just have to log out of it and then log back. in
I
using your
know.
computer.
Sometimes I have trouble with Zoom. So once I get it going good, I hate to mess with it, but I need to. Well, why don't we, I mean, I think people are thinking about it, thinking about their health. So I say we go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
And
what-
then,
what time would you probably still do it at then that won't work. The later time, because you could do that one earlier.
Yeah, we could do it like 6.
Yeah.
6.
yeah, let's do that one at 6. So then for sure, Kirsten could do it.
And I could probably, if my
and you-
thing's not 8, I could try to.
you can invite for it at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your event somewhere that you have to drive to?
No, it's at my house.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we'd be done in half an hour. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could even like word it to people like, hey, I'm having an event at my house at 8, but if you can't come, you know, because they live in a different state or something, like, since you can't come to my house, I'd love for you to join me on Zoom type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing. Even though it's not gonna be the same, but they don't know that.
So this is, the event you're doing at 8 is a Juice Plus event?
I call it juice and jugs. My friend sells my friend sells bras
Oh,
and
okay.
I sell juice, so we combine.
Oh my gosh.
But her last event, she had three or four people sign up.
Everyone ordered that night. Yeah.
Everyone ordered that came.
That is hilarious. So, speaking of that, I'd like to give a shout out to Liz. I was looking back today because if I had known the trajectory of your business in October, I would definitely have tried to help you get from the 1,610 you had in volume to the 1,800 to take full advantage of qualifying your business for all 3 months. But I know you earned an extra $100 for qualifying November and December, correct?
I can't remember. I know I got one $50 check, and maybe the next one's coming this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, congrats.
Came
Thanks.
for December. So it's pretty amazing how quickly you did that. And yeah, pretty impressive. So congratulations for that. And then the winner on the Dr. Sears inviting, did Liz win that too?
Yes.
I
Okay.
invited a lot of people.
So
She either really likes to win stuff and goes for it, or you're just naturally that way. So anyway, I've got names of Kirsten and Ashley and Liz and Pam all in here to win money tonight, and we're gonna do that before we finish. And let's just see if I can get let's see who we can draw here. Okay. Let's see who we got. Big surprise, you guys.
Yay. But honestly, if you work
I want to go
hard,
with her to a casino is what I want to do.
Well, if people don't come on this call, I mean, the chances are high.
exactly.
No,
But if you work hard and you share the,
yeah, but
you're
you
doing
had
the
a
work
lot
and
of
it's paying off.
you had a lot of customers this month too, Ashley. And so Kirsten, your new customer, was that through your BNI group or was that somebody else?
No, it was actually I have a customer who had her daughter on the Juice Plus, and she said she kept running out of the chewables because her husband was getting into the chewables. So she decided to buy her husband the chewables and her other daughter the chewables for free as well.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
That's great.
a
Cool.
follow up with a current customer, I guess, basically.
Yeah, and those can be the best ones. I was talking to Alexis today about some of the ways to coach, and one of the things that she uses that I'm going to be passing along to you guys is the customer analysis, and she looks at all the orders that are due to ship. And if people have multiple orders, that goes on her target list of who to talk to about the business. And I thought that was really good. And of course, anybody that ever gives you a referral, that's a good person to talk to about it too. But that's the journey, is to engage more people in what we're doing. We're going to have, like even Liz said, that you've had a lot of people that you've talked to about Juice Plus in the last few months and been very successful, but we run out of people. And we don't want to have 200 customers. We want to have that number that we can follow up and do a good job with. And so how do we expand beyond those that we know? It's that we find other people that have that same desire to help the people in their lives and equip them to do this. And so that's always the journey, and we're going to be talking more about that. And I know that we'll hear more about that in the winter summit this week. But it's something that if you want to make progress in that area, that we have so much good material on helping you do that. And so don't even hesitate, though. That is training that is available to you, and we're ready to help you if you want to move forward in that area. So anything else for the good of the order? Ashley?
I wanted to ask you, Saturday at 12, what, if the guest wants to know how long, is it an hour?
It's a 2-hour event, and it would just be coming on to hear some stories of people that are involved in your in the business that you're doing.
So it's
It's not-
2 hours with them. So it'd be 12 to 2 is what we would
Yeah.
tell. Okay.
If they want to stay for the whole thing, and my thing would be get them on at the beginning, and then if it interests them, they'll stay on as long as they can.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy your last few days in Maui and Happy New Year, everybody.
Bill, sounds good.
All right.
You.
Thanks.
Everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, don't you vacation?